This happened in late 2020 during the height of the pandemic. I had just gone through a messy breakup. My job at the time was already hanging by a thread, and the pressure from it all just collapsed. I quit and cut myself off for a while. I needed space. I needed quiet. I live in Oregon, so I picked a spot not too far, Gifford Pinchot National Forest in southern Washington. It's massive out there. Deep woods, no traffic, no cell towers, no towns nearby. Just wilderness. I searched some maps and picked a barely marked trail near an old fire service road. No reviews online. No recent satellite views, which is exactly what I wanted. I packed today's worth of gear: tent, stove, knife, bear spray, GPS, and a sidearm I kept holstered in my pack. I didn't plan to use it. Just felt safer bringing it along. I left my car parked at the edge of a washed-out logging road and started hiking, but it was already afternoon. The weather was overcast, cold, but dry. No wind. Everything was still. For hours, I saw nothing. Not even a squirrel. Not a bird. The trail faded within 30 minutes, so I had to bushwhack through thick brush for most of the way. I just kept heading northeast using my compass and GPS. By the time I found a decent spot to set up camp, it was almost evening. I picked a clearing near a small stream. Flat ground. No fallen limbs above. Surrounded by thick pine and cedar. The perfect place to stay hidden and decompress. I pitched the tent, gathered water, cooked a hot meal. And just sat there listening to the sound of the stream gurgling over rocks. It was calming. Almost a calming. As the sky darkened, the woods became pitch black. The canopy overhead was thick. Not even a single star made it through. It was so dark that I couldn't see my hand in front of my face without the lantern. I didn't light a fire. Didn't want to risk anyone seeing it. Just stayed inside the tent reading an old paperback with the lantern dimmed low. I didn't hear a single animal the whole time. It was just after midnight when I first heard it. Crunch, slow, steady, crunch. I froze. Every muscle locked. The sound came from maybe 20 feet away. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't random. It moved around the outer edge of my camp. One step. Pause. Then another. It circled halfway around my tent, then went silent. Completely. I waited. And waited. Holding my breath, trying not to make a sound. My mind kept flipping through explanations. Deer, elk, bear, but they don't walk like that. Not that slow. Not that deliberate. After about 15 minutes of silence, I finally exhaled and stayed awake with my knife gripped in my hand. Eventually, I must have dozed off without realizing it. I woke up to early sunlight hitting the tent. I stepped out quietly. The ground was damp and covered in pine needles. No tracks. No disturbed brush. Nothing. I searched the perimeter for 10 minutes. Nothing but untouched forest. Still. Silent. Cold. By mid-morning, I convinced myself it was a deer. Maybe it didn't sound like one, but I was alone and needed a reason to stay. I didn't want to pack out so soon. That day was uneventful. I hiked a bit. Boiled water. Jotted in my journal. Did some breathing exercises. Tried to clear my mind. But as dusk came back, the unease returned. Same stillness. Same blackness. Same absence of sound. I went into my tent early. Kept the lantern low again. Read, ate some jerky. Zipped up the tent tight and lay there for hours. Then it happened again. The crunching. But this time it started from the opposite side of the camp. And slower. I turned off the lantern. Grabbed my headlamp. Waited until the sound was to my left. Then unzipped the tent as quietly as I could. I stepped out with the light ready. Swept it across the trees. Nothing. The beam caught trunks. Brush. And then dash something. Not movement. Not a person, but a pine cone. It was sitting dead center of the dirt clearing. Directly in front of my tent. Perfectly upright. Perfectly balanced. And it wasn't there before. I was sure. I stood still, staring at it. Just staring. My mind went blank. I backed up slowly into the tent, zipped it shut, and sat inside with the knife in one hand and bear spray in the other. I didn't sleep at all. The sound didn't come back. No more footsteps. No more crunching. Just that damn pine cone sitting out there alone. By first light, I tore down my camp in record time. I stuffed everything in my pack and started hiking fast. I didn't stop for water. I didn't eat. I just pushed through the brush straight toward the GPS marker for my car. The whole hike back, I had that feeling, like something was behind me. Not close, but watching. I kept looking back. Nothing. But that pressure never left. That sensation that I wasn't walking alone. At one point, I thought I heard a second set of steps behind mine. I stopped and So did they. I walked. They walked. I stopped. They stopped. I scanned the trees, swept my flashlight, still nothing. After another half hour, I finally reached the logging road and saw my car. I ran the last 100 feet, jumped in, locked the doors, and just sat there for a moment trying to process what the hell had just happened. There were no claw marks. No threats. No violence, but something gore. Sumiani had been out there. The pine cone still bothers me, too deliberate, too precise, almost like it was placed there as a message. I've gone hiking since then, but never alone, and never without a firearm, and every now and then in a new place scene. A new for steel, hear footsteps again and wonder if it followed me out.